we said la casa es house or home. Okay? House or home. So I'll just go ahead and put home. Sí, mi casa es su casa. Which means what?
Your house is my house.
My house is your house. Now, if it's a really familiar person, instead of su casa, you would say mi casa es tu casa. You see the difference? So mi casa es su casa is someone that you don't know very well, and I'm kind of wondering why you'd be saying that to them. But anyway, or you could say mi casa es tu casa, which is like we're buds, you come over whenever, and my house is your house. Okay? So, not everybody lives in a casa. Some people live in un apartamento. ¿Qué es? Apartment. Okay, so un apartamento or el apartamento would be the next one. Apartamento. El apartamento. And another way to say el apartamento, in España in particular, they say el piso. El piso. So el piso or el apartamento, they both mean apartment. El piso or el apartamento both mean apartment. El piso literally means the floor. The floor. So what you're saying if you say yo tengo un piso is you're saying I have a floor. Like, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. As far as like, okay, I've got a place, I've got a floor. Does that make sense? Have you heard about like sometimes people say, oh, I live on the 4th floor. Does that make sense? So that would be where your piso is. I live on the 4th piso. Also, we're going to talk about el barrio, which is our neighborhood. El barrio. So let's write that one down. El barrio. Barrio is our neighborhood. And in our barrio, there's going to be personas that live like next to you and in your barrio, and those people are called your vecinos. Vecinos are neighbors, okay? So el vecino. And I actually should probably put el or la, because it can be a girl, and then it would be la vecina. Neighbor. El vecino or la vecina is your neighbor. All right, so now that we've got that part down, we're going to talk about the different cuartos. And as I was saying, we learned this word cuarto whenever we were talking about time. What does cuarto mean with time? A quarter or a fourth, okay? So it was a fourth of an hour, a quarter of an hour. So you would say, son las 2:15, which meant, do you guys remember? Son las 2:15.
It's 2:15.
2:15. Okay, gracias, lluviosa. Okay, so cuarto means a quarter or a fourth. Have you ever heard of someone talking about their living quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, it's kind of archaic language, antiquated a little bit. Like people don't usually say, oh, I'm going to my living quarters, all right? They don't usually say that anymore. But you could say that and you would be speaking proper English. But what that's talking about, your quarters, is your room. So a cuarto is a room. So cuartos are rooms in general, rooms. So los cuartos, go ahead and put that in. Los cuartos are rooms, are quarters. I'm going to go ahead and put quarters up here because I think that's a good word to know. And I think it'd be great if you guys were all talking about your living quarters. So you go home and you say, Mother, I'll be in my quarters. And she'd be like, what has happened to you, Madison?
You have a great British accent.
Oh, well, thank you.
You to assume be in my living
All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is just, in general, your bedroom can be el cuarto. So we'll write that down. El cuarto can be your bedroom. Let's make some space here. El cuarto can be your bedroom. The other way you can call it is el dormitorio, which looks like what? Dormitory. Okay, el dormitorio. El dormitorio. So that's a cognate for dormitory. Typically, when do you hear about someone living in a dormitory? College, okay? So someone says, oh, I've got this great dormitory. They usually call it a dorm for short, because dormitory is like a really large word. It's a mouthful. So, el dormitorio.
Miss Stults, there's like an insane amount of like college dorm roommate horror stories from BuzzFeed.
I haven't seen those, but in my spare time, maybe I should check those out. Okay, so in addition to dormitorio or cuarto, you can also call it a recámara. La recámara. So all of that to say bedroom. So you could say el cuarto, el dormitorio, la recámara, all of that means bedroom. All right. Next we have la cocina. On our bell work we had la cocina meant what? Kitchen. You were paying attention. Muy bien. Kitchen. La cocina. And then we also had the word that I use a lot. I say, hey, let's go to our sala. La sala is what? Living room. La sala, living room. Let's make sure you've got that one down. The other one, whenever you ask to use the baño, where are you asking to go? Bathroom. So el baño. Some people say el cuarto de baño, but I'm fine in this class just saying el baño. El baño means bath, and room is cuarto, so el cuarto de baño, you're literally saying the room of bath, okay? But baño, I'll know what you mean. Most Spanish-speaking people will know what you mean. El comedor. El comedor is, we did this one also in our warm-up. El comedor is the dining room.
Excuse me.
El comedor. Salud. Now, comedor actually has, it's related to a few words. The first one I want to point out is the word to eat. To eat in Spanish is comer. Comer. Let me show you what that looks like. Comer, to eat. And what you eat is comida. What do you think comida is? Food. Okay? So you comer comida in the comedor. Do you see how those all relate to each other? It's got the same root. The same root word. Okay? El comedor. All right, next we have some really easy ones. I think you guys are going to be like, oh, I know these. This is no problema. Okay? La oficina. What's that?
Office.
We learned that already when we were studying cognates. La oficina. So that's muy fácil. That's easy. The next one's also considered cognate. El garaje.
Garage.
Yep. El garaje.
The ceiling fell in once.
Garage. El garaje. And then we've got a couple things that are outside of la casa. El patio. Patio. Also cognate. And then el jardín. Any idea what a jardín is?
Garden.
Garden. Muy bien. El jardín. El jardín. All right, and then the last one. This is something that if you have a casa that has dos pisos, you're gonna need something to connect them, and that thing is la escalera. So what do you think la escalera is? Stairs. La escalera. So it's the scale going up. La escalera. Any preguntas over any of these palabras nuevos? Palabras nuevos are what?